Hello, hello, hello. Today, whilst I take my shoes off, I realised I took my shoes off. Today, we're going to stay away from the weights. You'll be happy to know, or some of you might be disappointed by that, because I know a lot of you like them. Our focus is going to be more on a lot of stretching, deep stretching, transitioning between Pilates exercises and keeping a flow of movement. We're going to do a bit more leg work, a bit more buttock work. Don't know how that's going to be, as my buttocks and my legs pretty much died, but we shall persevere and do what we can. So we're going to start on our feet today, back to the backs of your mats. I want you to stand and spread your toes wide. And I want you to just find your equal balance on either side of your body. We're going to inhale, do a shoulder roll, lifting the shoulders up towards the ears, circling them back behind, squeezing back through the shoulder blades, opening out through the front of the chest, dropping down and repeating. Exhaling, rolling, inhaling down. 4 more. I like to close my eyes whilst I'm doing this. It just feels a lot nicer, helps me focus. Nice long deep breath in through the nose, exhale, circle, drop your palms down, soften through the knees, let your arms hang, and then slowly roll down through the spine. So let's just wake up the spine. Feel like your body is just a heavy weight pulling down, keeping the control. So if you're very tight into the backs of your legs, you want to have a very deep bend in your knees. We breathe in, exhale, roll it up. Take a breath in at the top and exhale, roll straight back down again. Soften the knees, feel that heaviness, inhale, exhale, roll up. Lift the chin, as soon as you do, drop it back down, suck the belly in, roll it down. This time we're going to hit the floor. We're going to take a walk forward. We're going to drop our hips down and we're going to take our front leg just to tap out to the side. So I push my foot flat to the ground, back to join the other leg, swap to the other side, drop it back to the other side, lift your hips, walk up, soften the knees, roll up. So the movement's just got a little bit faster. Inhale, drop your chin, exhale, roll down. Soft, 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 soft. Hands to the ground, walk forward, bringing your body into a plank. I step my left leg forward, my front leg, swing it back, step my back leg, my right leg. So you take your leg as far forward as it goes. You may not go as far forward as I'm showing you. So if it's not, if you're struggling to bring that leg forward, you just reduce the range. This time we're going to go 2 each side. Walk it forward. So if you want to reduce your range, just bring the leg as far out as it'll go. You might be there and back in. As far out as you can go there and back in. Try and land the foot, sole of the foot to the floor. We're just trying to open up those hips really. 1 more. Lift the hips, walk your hands back. Soften the knees, roll it up. 1 more of these. Chin down, exhale, scoop the belly in. Legs are soft, fingers drop to the ground. Then we bring our hands forward, walk it down, 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 hips down. Exhale. Exhale. And again. And again. And then pause here, drop down to your elbows, lower your body down to a plank, and give me 10 little hip presses here. 5, 6, squeeze up, 8, 9, and 10. Drop your knees, take the pressure off your arms, and then just lower yourself into a child's pose. Take a little wriggle through the hips, wake up the lower back. Option is to be here. Curving the spine, Got a bit of a big jumper on today. I'm going to take that off in a minute. It's going to get warm. I'm just very cold today. It's freezing out there. Good. And then bring yourself back up onto your hands. Okay, we're going to work this front leg and buttock. My worst exercises. I don't like working the outer thigh. It's not my thing. Probably because I'm so weak in that area that it hurts. So bear with me, come with me, do your best. You might do better than me. So we come onto hands and knees, back flat, abs on, hands spread wide, soft elbows so you're not looking at those elbows. Tuck the tailbone slightly, hover your front knee. We're going to exhale, swing the leg up. Inhale, drop back, hover. Exhale, swing the leg up. Inhale, drop. So lots of softness in that back arm. But at the same time, we're trying not to rotate your whole body, like that. We're just working that outer buttock and thigh, and the one on the floor is going to feel it more than the moving one. And as you lift your knee, let me just show you from front on, just keep going as I speak. As you lift your knee, make sure you don't leave your knee behind. And by that, I mean, I see people doing this, yeah? That just makes your hip and pelvis go crooked, and that's not going to work the outer buttock and thigh. Think knee, 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 the ankle follows and lower down. Try to keep that knee hovered every time. So you should be starting to feel that back leg working. Do 2 more, and then pause at the top, and let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carry on, up and down. So you should be starting to feel that lactic acid running out. So all that wastage getting out of your body. 4 more. Come on, work it. 2. And hold and pulse, pulse, pulse. Come on. We're going to double the pulse up this time. And give me 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Lift the knee. 1 and drop it down. Sit back into that heel and then walk your arms away and just stretch that whole left side and pull your buttock down into the heel. So my weight is not at all into my right foot, it's all in my left. So it just stretches down the outside of that buttock very lightly. Reach a little bit more through the arm and take it in right down the lats into the rib cage. And then come back into the center, bring yourself up into the middle, that same leg. I'm going to turn to face you, but you can stay where you are. So I'm going to take that leg out to the side. You're going to do the same kind of exercise, but it's going to be more rotations. Lift the leg to a hover and point the toes. Let's circle that leg. Nasty, nasty little exercise. So I've bent this arm a lot, okay? I'm keeping my feet in line with my hips. Don't let your leg drift off back behind you. That is a very common thing. Give me 4 more rotations. I don't mind which way you're going. If it's too much, bend your knee and work from there. Let's reverse. Take it the other way. So this is just going to take the pressure off the joint. If you're feeling it's a real hard exercise, you're not getting anywhere. Come on, take that leg wide. Come on, squeeze it. 4, big circles. 3, use your abs. 2, and 1, hold. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Point the toe. Keep it going. Come on. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and land it on the ground. Sole the foot pressed into the floor. This knee coming wide. Foot turns out. So make sure you've got both your legs as wide as possible. Drop down to your elbows. Slide your hips back and drop your hips down and feel that nasty little stretch into the groin, into that inner thigh. If you want more, you slide your elbows in, you push your hips back and down and keep that spine beautifully lengthened. Oh, this is horrible. You've got a good 3 to 4 more breaths here. Just relax and breathe. Just go that little bit further for your last breath. And then carefully come up onto your hands. Slide the leg back in to join. So I'm just going to come back to join you where you are. And let's drop down to the elbows. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of a cardio exercise in a plank position. You can drop it down to whatever level suits you. So you're on your elbows. I'm just going to remove my socks because I probably slipped. You're on your elbows. You tuck your toes. You lift your knees to a hover. So we're going to go out, jack, in, bend. Out, jack, in, bend. That's the big exercise. You can make this as fast, as slow as you wish. You might want to be here, that's fine. If you've started, continue and carry on. If you want to make it a little bit easier, step, step, tap, tap, step, step, alternate the legs. Step, step, tap, tap, step, step. Yeah? They're your two options. Wherever you are, carry on. If you're feeling your shoulders are taking it, take your fists apart, plant them into the floor. If you push your fist into the ground, all the pressure is taken off the shoulders. All right, we're doing 10 more. If you're doing it slow, you're going to do 5 more. Or 3 more each side, sorry, if you're alternating. Come on, let's work it. 5, 4, 3, come on, 2 more, last one, and then drop those knees. Slide the feet down and just draw your bottom back, child's pose. Or cat stretch on the elbows. Just relax. And if you want to release your arms, bring them down by your side. Find your breath. And then just walk down the mat onto your tummies, slide over onto your right side. We're still working this left leg. Bring yourself down and stack those knees. Now just make sure your hips are stacked, your shoulders are stacked, ankles and your feet are stacked. My knees are just in front of my hip bones. Woo, it's got me out of breath. So we lift this leg up, just like we did on our hands and knees, but we're going to kick it forward, lift it higher, drop it back, bend it in and lower. So lift, hip height, knee extension, pointing the toe, bend the knee and lower it down. So my foot is fairly relaxed. I point, I bend and release. Yeah, so nothing complex. But what I'm doing is I'm coming into full hip flexion. So if your knees are down here, you're not going to get the same effect. You need to have your knees here. And that way your leg flies out so it stays in that L shape with the body. So lift, stand, bend, and now on this next one, extend your leg out, pause, lift the leg up and pulse. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Lift, lift, squeeze. 10, 9, 8, 7. Reach that leg into full extension. 4, 3, 2. Hold it there. Bend the knee and lower down. Take a really quick breather. So we work in dorsiflexion. Lift, extend, push through the sole of the foot. Point and drop. Lift, dorsiflexion, back and down. Carry on. I'm on a hard surface today, so it's very uncomfortable. I need my carpet underneath me. I've been some kids' area and not very comfortable on the side of my rib cage. Now, if you want more of a challenge, you don't have to drop that leg to join that other leg. You can keep it floating. I keep going dark. I need to bring the light back into me. Keep working. I think it's gone dark because the sun is actually shining behind the clouds. Right, 4 more. If you can see me, or I just might be a silhouette, you know what you're doing. 3, 2, and then hold, left, left, left. Come on, press it. Turn the toes up slightly, squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it there, lift it up, up. And bend the knee, drop it down. Give your buttock a little rub. Now I want you to bend the knee behind that foot, extend that leg, lift the leg to a hover. Take the leg slightly forward and my foot is dorsiflex. We're going to lift and lower. So I've rolled a little bit more over into the buttock, away from the hip, to give me that abduction, that lift against gravity, working to the inner thigh. Squeezing up and down. Up and down. And if it feels too much, you can bend the knee and work at a slightly reduced range. Okay, because it just takes the load off. When you've got your leg fully lengthened, it's a full load. When you've got your leg bent, it's a half load. So you might just feel you're losing it. Okay, 8, 7, we're not here for long. 6, 5, 4, come on. 3, 2, hold and pulse. Squeeze it up, come on. Pull the toes in, work that inner thigh. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. 10, 9, 8, 7, higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Find your breath. We're going to work the abs whilst we're here. I really have gone to a silhouette now. Woohoo! I thought that might make everything a bit more clearer. Let me just move my stool slightly. Okay, that's a bit better. Okay, so we're going to stay on this side. We're going to take the legs straight. We're going to lean into the arm and slightly up on that elbow. Hands side of the head. We'll pull the knees in and we'll pulse. 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick away. Pull in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick away. And in. 2, 1. Away. 3, 2. If it feels too much, you can just reduce the range by dropping down, keeping the legs there. Up. 3, 2, 1, and down. Yeah. So just the upper body coming up. Otherwise, keep those leg extensions. 3 more. 3, 2, 1, and away. Up. 3, 2, 1, and last one, guys. Come on. 4, 3, 2, 1, and kick away and hold. Hold. Squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release off. Breathe. Just stay with your legs here, catch the thigh, and then just come into an open twist, reach the shoulder away, and find that you'll stretch a little bit into that buttock again as you keep that leg pushed down through the hand. On your next breath, just bring that arm back over, turn over onto your hands and knees. Tuck your toes, and we're going to lift up into a downward facing dog. So an upside down V, the triangle. The point of the triangle aiming to be the tailbone. Soften through the knees, lift your bottom, extend the spine, reach through the head and chest and melt down, and then walk through those legs. Stretch into the calves. So we're going to do an exercise that's going to bring it into a lovely buttock stretch. Pin the heels down to the floor, lift the hips. Okay, we're going to float down, and we're going to use the left leg. So we're going to come forward, bringing the left knee through to a hover, and then kicking the leg back up to the sky. So we inhale, come through to hover. Exhale, kick up. Now watch my leg that's on the floor, my foot. I roll, tips of the toes, squeezing the knee forward. Roll back into the ball of the foot, grounding down through the heel. Coming forward, kicking back. Now those of you that find this a bit of a struggle, just drop that knee down at the back, kick the leg behind, curl it forward and under, so you go into a half plank and kick it back. Knees are below hip, so that back knee's below the hip. So come forward, curl, and kick the leg back. Don't push your bottom too far away. So half plank, knee in, hovers, kick away. 3 more, guys, wherever you are. 2 more. Now we've got 1 more. Everyone, come forward and hover that knee if you can. Hover it, hover it, hover it. Squeeze the belly to pull the side forward. Right to the tips of the toes out of the leg. 5 more seconds. Breathe. 2 and 1. Drop the knee. So we're going to take it into buttock stretch. Push the knee over to the edge of the mat and slide the foot to the other side of the mat. So when I sink my hips down equally, my heel over this side is beneath my right hip bone. You're going to lift up tall, and then you're going to gently drop down into a buttock stretch. Now, we know that knees and hips don't necessarily like this. In that case, come to half-seated hurdle, which is just sitting onto the buttock, bring that foot forward, and then stretching down here. Otherwise, come back to here. So you might just be on your elbows like me, because I've got very tight buttocks, or you might want to extend your arms forward and melt your head and chest lower. And if you do, don't pull yourself out of this position. All your weight needs to be pushed down into this front buttock, and you're relaxing through your shoulders. We're going to take it into a quad stretch. So climb up onto your hands, if you're not already there, and lift up tall. Bending your back knee. My back hand is going to come around. I'm going to grab hold of the arch of the foot with my thumb pressed on my big toe. I'm going to drive the heel in towards the bottom, stretching the thigh, and then twist and turn my shoulders back to the front. If you're quite flexible, you might be able to slide that foot into the elbow or slide your hand down the shin and work there. If you can, lift your arm. If you don't want to, keep it here, that's fine. And breathe. Nasty stretch again, this one. Not very nice. 2 more breaths. Nice long deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Carefully ease off that back leg. Hands down by your side. Tuck your toes under. Lift your hips up. Take your foot back. Lift your hips and walk your hands to your feet. Softly drop through the knees, let your body hang. Slowly roll up. Lift your chin up last. Taking a breath in at the top. Exhale, roll down. Bend the knees, fingertips to the floor, stretch through those hamstrings. Bend the knees again, stretch the hamstrings once more. And then inhale, bend the knees, walk your hands forward. And lower the knees to the ground. Okay, we're going to work on that back leg. I'm going to turn myself around just so that you can see my leg. You can, if you want to, do the same if it works better just to follow me. Otherwise, stay where you are. So I'm working my front leg again. You're working your back leg if you haven't turned around. So I'm working my right leg. Soften through the elbows. Hover onto that back knee. Abs engaged, back flat. Neutral spine. We exhale, lift the knee. Inhale, lower. Make sure your elbows are soft, so you're giving it a bit of freedom. You'll have a little bit of fluidity through the body. If you're too static, you're going to lock out those muscles and tendons. You need to treat your muscles like elastic bands. Allow that give as you pull back. So we're just lifting the knee. So again, remember to turn and face this way whilst you carry on. When you're lifting that knee, don't let the foot come first. That's your skew width position. Concentrate. Knee, 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 foot follows. Drop it down. Knee, 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 foot follows. And then you're going to really work that outer thigh buttock how you're meant to. So give me 4 more of these. Last 2. Hold the last one up. And let's pulse. 8, 7. Squeeze it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Continue up and down. Up and down. And if you start to get tired, that foot will swing out in front of the knee. So if you do get tired, reduce your range a little bit so the knee's still leading the way. We're not here for too long, remember? 3 more. So we're just doing half the amount of repetitions, but doubling our pulses. Hold it up. Let's go. 15, 14, 13. Get it high. Use your abs. 10, 9, 8, 7. Go higher. 5, 4. Reach it. 2 and 1. Drop it down. Sit back. Edge into that front heel. So I'm now sitting over into my right foot. And I'm going to reach the arm around and side twist at the same time as easing off the buttock. So I'm just pulling my lower body to the side. My upper body the opposite way. A couple more breaths there. Come back into the middle. Take this leg out to the side. So we're still working it. So when you're ready, get yourself prepared. The heel needs to run in line with the hip. Soften the arms. Lift the leg, point the toe. Let's go. Circles. Use your abs. Don't let the legs come drifting behind here. Okay, you want to look down and there's your toes right in line with that hip. Come on, 4 more. If it's too much, reduce your range. Circle with a bent knee, just like we did before. Let's reverse. Other way. Come on, work it. Squeeze. Bend the elbows. That buttock on the floor should be feeling this. 6, 5, 4. Come on. Don't give up. 2. Hold it. Lift it up and pulse. 8, 7, 6. Squeeze it higher. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. Slide it away. Let me show you from this angle. Slide it away. Take that knee wide. Turn the foot out so that's in line with my knee. And I'm pushing down through the full foot, outer edges, elbows down, push the hips back and down. Ouch. Horrible stretch. The wider your bent leg is, the better this stretch is. So don't forget, when you're stretching one side, the other side is just as important. And breathe. Easing the hips back and down. 4, 2 more breaths. Go that little bit deeper. I am tight in that area. Lots of bit of thigh work. And then when you're ready, come up into your hands. Slide that leg in. So I'm just going to go back to my place. And just take a little wriggle, roll through the hips. And then bring yourself down onto your side. Right, so switching ends works for me because I can still face you because I'm working this leg again. So you might have your back to me. So you might want to switch sides and face me now if you haven't already. It's up to you. Bend your knees in front of your hips. And we're going to carry on working this leg. Hands on hip bone. We lift the leg. First of all, extend the leg. Lift it up a little bit higher. Drop it back. Bend it and lower. Lift, extend, lift, drop, bend and down. And take it to lift, extend, bend and down. So you're just working, constantly moving. So remember, this is about hip flexion. So by that I mean this leg lifts. So I'm in hip flexion, then I go to knee extension right in front of my hip bones, then I go to knee flexion and abduction of the hip. So abduction with a knee, with my hip already flexed, knee extension, bend and release. So there's lots of different joints doing different things with this exercise. Engage your core, make sure your core is controlling the move. Keep going, pointy toe, remember, 4 more. I'm going to feel that lactic acid running through there. Last 2. Last 1, let's hold it out. And press, press, come on, squeeze it. My buttock is on fire. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and bend it, drop it down, quick rest. This time we do the same exercise, you're pushing through to dorsiflexion. Lifting up, kicking away, sole of the foot, woohoo! Drop and release. So if you want a little bit more, you bend, drop to hover, straight back up, there's the tension. Oh, I'm very uncomfortable again. Any excuse to stop, to be honest. I hate this exercise. Lift, kick, bend, bend, and down. So again, it's quite a strong lever to have your legs fully extended. So your core plays a really important part in controlling that move. So that when you kick your leg forward, your core kicks in. 4 more of these. 3. My right buttock is not enjoying this. Now, last one. Kick it forward and let's pulse, pulse, pulse. Come on, let's go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and drop it. Oh, I could not do that side compared to the other side. Wow. There's a lot more tension running through my right side. I seriously need to work a little bit more on my left, I think. Okay, ease it off. Bend that knee behind, bend that foot behind the knee, extend that leg, roll a little bit further into the buttock, lift the leg to a hover, slightly in front of it, and then let's go work that inner thigh. Breathe. Whereas at this side, I feel this leg could carry on forever. Even though it's my weaker side, I'm carrying less tension in those muscles. So they're a little bit more fluid with their movement. 8 more. Squeeze it up. Make sure you're working deep into the inner thigh. 4. Use your core. 3, 2, and hold and pulse, 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 pulse. Come on, press it. 8, 7, go higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it there. And release it down. Good, join your legs together. Okay, so we're going for the abs. My arm's going to come out in front. So my upper arm is lifted off the floor and I'm working basically into the arm. You can drop it down lower, but that gives me that leverage up and down, yeah? Hand here, roll into the buttock. We pull in for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and kick away. 3, 2, 1, and away. Drop away, pull in, 3, 2, 1, and away. So if it's too much kicking your legs away, hold here, 3, 2, and 1, and drop your head back. Pull back in, 4, 3, 2, 1, drop back. So you're just leaving that little bit on that extension. Otherwise, kick away. 5 more. 3, 4, and away, and in. 4, 3, 2, 1, and away, and in. 2 more, everyone, come on, let's work it. Pull up. 3, 2, 1, and away. Last one. 4, 3, 2, and we do that last little bit. Kick away and hold, hold, hold. Squeeze. 4, 3, 2, and drop. Yes. Bend those knees forward. Take this arm and just rotate over. Grab the thigh and just breathe. Woo. 2 more breaths. And then just bring yourself back into the middle. Oh, roll yourself over onto your hands and knees. Take a little cat stretch. Just curve the spine. Take a little wriggle through the body. And then we're going to go back into downward facing dog. So we're going to work the other leg. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, press down through those heels. So we're making that wonderful triangle position again. Scoot the belly in, lift the hips, and then walk through those legs. Keep your spine lengthened, your arms strong, your fingers pressed firmly down into the ground. Walk those legs. And then pause, push down into the heels. Breathe. Okay, so we're going to work my right leg, my front leg. So we roll forwards, pull the knee in, hover, plank. Kick the leg all the way back up to the sky. So we come forwards, hover, scoot the belly in, feel the squeeze of your tummy, pull that thigh further in towards your chest. Scoot, 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 pause, kick back, 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 back. Remember, if you want to make this a bit easier, too much here, push your leg into extension and then drop your body weight down and pull the knee under. So I'm coming to a little mini half plank and then I push back so my hip sits above that knee again and kick the opposite leg behind. So come forward, scoop, push back and lengthen. I'm still working my core there, yeah? Right, guys, 4 more, wherever you are. Keep it strong and roll onto the tips of those toes. Scoop that belly in, kick away. Last 2. Roll forward, forward, forward. Keep that leg on the floor, beautifully extended the whole time. Challenge the hamstring. This one, come forward and we pause and hover. Hover, squeeze, breathe. Come on, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it to the ground. Now find your stretch. So remember, this knee comes over to the front of the mat. My foot slides so that when I come back into pigeon, my heel is sitting beneath my left hip. And if you don't like that, come back down into half seated hurdle and then drop down into a stretch there. So there's no pressure on the joints. Otherwise, find your stretch. You might drop down to your forearms and just rest your head down, which is my strong stretch. You might even be able to extend your body down. If you can extend your body down, don't fall into that left hip. Keep your body weight equal. Shoulders relaxed. Good 3 breaths, maybe 4 breaths. Just find whatever works. And then come up onto your hands if you're not already there. Lift up through your spine. Bend that back heel. Catch your hand around the inside of the foot. Drive the heel in towards the bottom and then turn your hips and shoulders back around to the front. So if you want to slide your hand down the front of the foot, you can. You might be here doing that stretch. I forgot to mention that on the other side. And then perhaps if you are there, you might be able to then transition back to here. 2 more breaths. Carefully release that back leg. Tuck your toes under. Lift your hips up. Pause for a plank here. Push down into the heels, but rock your body weight forward, soften the elbows, squeeze your buttocks, squeeze your abs. Lovely, strong, straight spine. Hold it 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Lift your hips up. Walk your feet in. Soften through the knees and come into a forward fold. Turn whilst you're in forward fold. Turn onto the width of your mat so that you've got the full length to the side of you. Roll up slowly. Take a shoulder roll at the top. And then take both your legs wide. Turn your toes very slightly in. If you have a bad back, keep them parallel or slightly turned out. Bring your hands onto your hips. Pull your shoulders back and down. With a beautiful extended spine, drop forward. Hinge from your hips forward. As far as you can go, soften through the spine. Bring your fingertips to the floor and let your body just melt down in between your legs. And perhaps you want to go a little bit deeper in the stretch by opening your feet a little bit wider. See how your body feels. And just roll down. If you feel a little gentle push to the outer edges of your feet, feel the stretch down the sides of the legs, on the lower part of your leg. Melt down. Weight a little bit more forward into the toes. And then extend the knees a little bit more. Lift your bottom up a little bit more. And extend that spine. Now your next breath, just slowly lift up a little bit. I want you to heel toe your feet in a couple of times. And I want you to turn your body weight around. Soften through this left foot. And then turn that foot and ground down that back leg. So my back leg is extended, this leg is bent. And then try and straighten out this front leg as best you can. So I'm like on train tracks. If I show you from this view, my feet are wide. They're not one behind the other, otherwise I'll fall over. And you're just trying to drive your head and chest down towards that leg, stretching the hamstring. But it's important that you keep your opposite foot, especially that heel, pushed into the floor. Take one more breath there. And then carefully walk round, turn your toes, pivot all the way around. And let's go to the other side. So soften the front leg. Bring this foot to a place where you can extend the knee, keep the heel grounded. Fingertips either side of your foot, as deep as you need to bend that knee. And then push the leg as much as you can into extension. Try and pull that hip bone back as well, so you're not just skewer through the hips. And melt the head and chest down. And the next breath, soften the knee, walk the feet together, and then roll up slowly through the spine. Then turn to face me. You're going to take this leg behind that leg. This arm is going to reach up towards the sky. I know you can't see it. And then I'm going to go into C curve. So I'll just show you what I'm doing with my upper body here. I'm reaching up and coming over. And if you wish, grab hold of the wrist and come into that C curve, grounding down through the feet, stretching down the whole of the left side of my body. And then inhale, release the arms, swapping the legs over. So I'm taking that leg behind, lifting my right arm, coming into a side bend. Catch the wrist if you wish, and go a little bit deeper. Keep your hips pointing forward. And then carefully release the arm. Drop the arms down, uncross your legs, stand with your feet sitting underneath your hips, soften through the knees. Inhale, lift your shoulders up, exhale, drop them around, slide your fingers down, open up through the chest and raise your arms up above your head. Bring your hands together, down to the chest, give yourself a little bow, and give yourself a little clap. Thank you, everybody. Sorry I went a little bit into a silhouette at times. Have a wonderful week. Catch you soon. Bye.